Hey guys, I'm having serious OCD putting this in the center. I hope this is better. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And this is another wedding series episode, and if this is your first time, my name is Fifi Ozim. You're welcome to my space, and do not forget to subscribe, okay? While you're here, please subscribe. I'm not all about wedding things, okay? It's just that I recently got married, so it's kind of like the phase I'm going through right now. But other than that, I am quite interested, so please subscribe. And also guys, do not forget to share and like the video. So guys, this episode we're talking about my wedding dress, and as always there's a backstory, there's something to explain, and that is why I'm here explaining before I show you guys the behind the scenes and also like show you guys what I went through in the name of finding a wedding dress. I don't know if any of you had watched my photo shoot video, but if you haven't, please go watch it. But anyways, at some point I was down with COVID for like 3 weeks, and that was like the period I really focused on my wedding dress, trying to figure it out, what I wanted, who or where I was going to get it from. And it was that moment that I actually realized that I had the biggest dilemma of all time when it came to like this planning the wedding, was where am I getting my wedding dress from? Like I said before, or I've mentioned earlier, my wedding is taking place or was taking place in Nigeria, and I'm resident in Ireland. So it was a case of, do I want to rent or do I want to buy? And whichever one I was going to do, the location was really important to helping me with that decision, in the sense that if I was going to rent a wedding dress and I wanted to rent it back in Nigeria, I had to be back in Nigeria in time to go wedding dress shopping, fitting, making sure that, like, you know, finding the right dress and just making sure everything is ready in time for the actual wedding day. Or if I was going to buy from Nigeria, there was then the case of, you know, finding the I don't know, tailor, the person that was going to make the dress, and just going through the whole process. And obviously that was going to cost more, because like obviously renting and buying, renting makes more sense. Like, to be honest, if you're planning your wedding out there, let me just say this now, if you can rent, please do rent. It's really not, in as much as it's really unique to have your own wedding dress, at the same time, like, the cost sometimes, you know, you just gotta, you know, my own situation was just different because like I wasn't in Nigeria, so like I had like limited options. And if I wanted to get a wedding dress in Ireland, I definitely was going to have to buy. And then there was now the case of, if I buy it in Ireland, I'll have to carry the wedding dress to Nigeria, the whole cost of, you know, transporting it. So I really battled with that, because most people that I had gotten in touch with in Nigeria about renting a wedding dress, they were all like, okay, when do you want to come in? Like, everyone wanted me to come in like ASAP, so I can look at the dresses that they had, and if I'm picking a dress, they can put the dress down for me. If there's anything that needs to be adjusted in the dress, it will all be done and ready in time for, you know, the wedding day. And obviously I didn't have that option because I wasn't in the country, and I wasn't going to be in the country anytime early enough for me to do all of those things. So it was really hard for me to come to terms with the fact that my only best option was to make a wedding dress, or in this case, yeah, make a wedding dress. So I didn't actually buy, neither did I rent. I ended up customizing or making a wedding dress of myself. Not of myself. Why did I just say that? Nonsense. Anyway, so I ended up making my wedding dress. So amongst all the various vendors I spoke to concerning a wedding dress, the person I ended up going with was Perfect Occasion Bridal. So obviously, because I'm not in the country, we did a virtual meeting, we talked on the phone, and it was then in that moment that I realized that, girl, you don't know what you want for a wedding dress at all. Like, I didn't think about it at all. Like, it didn't make sense to me, because I kind of make a conversation like, okay, so what type of wedding dress are you looking to get? And I was like, yeah, that's literally what happened. I was just like, okay, I don't know, but let me get back to you. And then it was that moment that I went into Pinterest and I went on Instagram. I started checking out, like, I started looking properly at dresses, you know. And for me, like, I was just that kind of girl that never really had a dream wedding. Neither did she have a dream wedding dress. You know, some people had this whole thing figured out. So basically, like, when I spoke with her, she told me that first thing I needed to choose was the silhouette. And I was just like, what is silhouette? Sorry guys, I'm checking my phone because I want to kind of bring up the types of wedding dress silhouettes that there is. So give me a minute. So there are various types of silhouettes. I hope types is anyways. So there are various silhouettes when it comes to wedding dress. So there is the mermaid, there's the trumpet, there's the ball gown princess, there's the feet and flay, there is A-line, there's T-length. That T-length is more like for like short wedding dresses, and then there's also a modified A-line, which is very weird. And then after the silhouette, the next conversation was the neckline, and obviously there are a lot of options. When it came to the silhouette, first thing I considered was my body type, and definitely I didn't want to be a Cinderella. Like, no, I'm not about that pretty lifestyle. Yeah, so and I couldn't go for the trumpet, in as much as the trumpet would have been great for the type of body I have, you know, like coke body and everything. I felt like I wanted something decent and something that won't restrict me. And, you know, in explaining all of these things to her, she then told me like the best option for me would be an A-line. And, you know, I was like, yeah, I've worn A-line before, and because like my pre-wedding photo shoot, one of my outfit was like a ball gown, but like an A-line sort of ball gown. And I was like, yeah, I could definitely vibe with that type of silhouette. So we agreed on the silhouette, and that was like, okay, yeah. So the next thing was the neckline. So the neckline, considering the type of shoulder that I have, I mean, I consider a lot of things. Considering the type of shoulder I have, the type of body I have, I've always been really good with off shoulders. Like, off shoulders are like my thing when it comes to like neckline choices, you understand? So yeah, so I told her that I wouldn't mind an off shoulder. I mean, depending. But like those two things were like the first two things that I agreed with her on what I wanted. So she then asked me to like go home and do my research and just spend some time on Pinterest, spend some time on Instagram, and look at what people are wearing and just tell me what, and come back to me what you want. And that's exactly what I did. I went on Pinterest. Like right now my Pinterest is kind of like full of wedding dresses and styles and designs and everything you get. So after spending some time on Pinterest, I definitely then realized what it was that I did not want and what it was that I wanted in a wedding dress. So let me just get my book here because I wrote all these things down. So I definitely did not want a dress that sparkled. Like number one was like no sparkle. Like I literally wrote no sparkles. And then obviously we've already figured out that I wanted off shoulder, and it was going to be an A-line dress, and I needed a dress with pockets. I'm that type of girl that loves a dress with pockets, and I was just like, if my wedding dress can have a pocket, I am definitely going for that option. So I told her that I wanted a dress with pockets. So the pocket was important, and I wanted it to be a Mikado fabric. So because of the style I wanted to go for, I wanted something really simple, minimalist, and like not too much going on, but at the same time enough is going on, because at the end of the day, when it comes to wedding dress, there's so many other things that go into it, not just the dress, but your accessories, your makeup, your hair. And I didn't want my dress to make so much of a statement, because I myself, like, I'm a beauty, you understand? So like everything just needed to be subtle but like in your face, you get. So I went with Mikado fabric. It's like a silky fabric, has a little bit of a shine to it, and it really comes out nice in pictures. And I honestly feel like right now that fabric is in trend when it comes to wedding dresses. And then I definitely wanted lace. Guys, I was stuck between getting a dress that was all plain Mikado and getting a dress with lace and Mikado. And I went for lace and Mikado. Reason being that, like I said, I wanted a dress that was simple but at the same time made its own statement, and I felt like a beautiful lace on a Mikado fabric would really speak a lot of class and elegance, and I went with that. And then last but not the least, the one important thing that I knew I wanted in my wedding dress was sleeves. Why? Because I am one of those people that has like serious insecurities when it comes to their arms. I feel like I have a sort of, okay, I'm wearing a big shirt and that is it. I'm always wearing something big, but like I feel like I have insecurities when it comes to my hand, because I feel like my hand is like Christian mother hand. If you're Nigerian, you understand what I mean. So like I wanted something that had sleeves, and I didn't want something that had sleeves in a way that it would restrict me as well. So after this research, after all of this, and then I went back to her and I was like, okay, so this is it. This is what I want, and this is what I do not want in a wedding dress. And then I did save a couple of things from Pinterest, and then like, you know, I kind of had like different, like I think I had like 4 outfits, 4 different wedding dresses that I had screenshotted and then circled. Like I literally tore the dresses, like I didn't tear them apart, but like I kind of circled, okay, I want this type of A-line, I want the back to be this way, I want the lace to be this way, I want the off shoulder to be this way, because there are various levels to this off shoulder thing, you know. So and then another thing I wanted was, I wanted pearls on my lace, and I wanted pearl buttons down to the train. Like I didn't want a very big train, although I feel like at the end of the day I ended up getting a very big train, but I wanted the pearl to go down, like I don't know, I'll find a way to show you guys. But yeah, so that was what I wanted in my wedding dress. And after my conversation with her, like honestly, she was really good at, you know, at her job in terms of helping me realize what I wanted and what I did not want. And after the whole conversation, it was then a case of, okay, so you're not in the country, we'll do the virtual measurements, send your measurements, and I will do a sketch for you. And she went ahead to do a sketch, but before she did that sketch, she advised me to go to a bridal boutique in Ireland and try on some wedding dresses. And she just said that because she felt like, considering that I didn't have any plans to fit a wedding dress, like I could see all these things, you know, it's easy to imagine something, but when you now come to the realization of putting it on, it may be a different ballgame altogether for you. So she wanted me to try visit a bridal boutique and see about trying on some wedding dresses, and also if they had something in line with what I wanted, then like, you know, obviously try it out and just see how you look, see how you feel about it. And guess what, I did absolutely just that. I actually did go to a bridal boutique in Ireland, where to be, amazing experience. I'm just going to let you guys see, or you know, take a look at what that experience was like for me trying on wedding dresses in Ireland with my friend Amarachi.
Okay, so I'm just going to bring you guys over here. Yep. The chat. So usually people take you up to the balcony so you can have a seat while I tell you.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a bit more comfortable.
I hope it's okay if I vlog this.
Oh, of course, yeah. I've got a mask on, so I guess.
Yeah, okay. Nice, sorry. Actually, how do you feel to be here?
Oh my god, I feel honored to be present. To be here with you on this special moment, like
It's special.
she's inside changing and outside waiting for her. I can't wait to see her. Ooh, oh my god, this is so beautiful. And it fits you perfectly. back.
Technology's back.
So lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, this is lovely.
A medium between the two. So what this means is that you can have one rest, so you can just have this for the ceremony, and then for the reception you can take it off.
Okay. I think this is sleek. I love this.
Means you can have all the extras on top, so you don't have to worry about that one.
I love corset. I actually didn't know that corset was this nice. And it has the pocket. Yeah, try dancing. Let me see something.
Hey guys, so I am done trying on the dresses and it was an absolute experience. Like, I loved it and I found a really nice dress. I did. So now we're gonna go talk prices. Guys, I really loved that last dress. I loved it so much. Like, did you guys just see the way the thing just snatched me? And I absolutely loved how comfortable the A-line was. I could dance, and I was just like, I was so happy. I was literally happy. I was so very happy that, you know, this was in line with what I wanted, and, you know, trying it on, it kind of made sense. It felt like, okay, yeah, because one thing I definitely wanted was to be comfortable, and that dress was, I was comfortable. I actually did ask them how much it would cost, you know, to get the dress sorted, adjust it, make it right for me. And, you know, I considered it and they gave me the price, and I was like, hey, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And I went back to Perfect Occasion and I was like, okay, I've tried on some dresses. This one was really nice. Can we do something like this? And, you know, another thing I never thought about when I discussed it with her was, did I want a corset dress or if I wanted a zip-up dress? And that dress that I tried on at the boutique store, it actually had a corset inside and it hadn't had the zip outside. And I was like, yeah, I want that, because like everybody's corsetting these days. I don't want anything that would require you to absolutely snatch me, because that is the beginning of discomfort. Like, some snatch dresses can be very uncomfortable. Like, let's just be honest, because all these people that be wearing corset up and down, making it look like, yes, figure eight. I don't know how you guys do it. But anyway, so after that, I discussed more with her again. That's Perfect Occasion, and I almost then wanted to do it without sleeve. She has to kind of like ask me again, what about your insecurities, because you don't want to form bad guy, and I was just like, okay, yeah, let's do that. But the one thing I didn't consider in the beginning of all of this was church. Yeah, so some churches in Nigeria some churches in Nigeria can be very restrictive when it comes to like your dress style. Like, they want to be all about it, they want to know what you're wearing and everything. So I had to then get my mother-in-law to make that inquiry for me. So thanks be to God, the style I wanted was almost in line. It was just then a matter of the off shoulder. So I initially wanted like a proper off shoulder that would, give me a little bit of cleavage, but because of church I had to be a bit more conservative, so I went for like really like off shoulder kind of, but it was still really nice, a bit of the cleavage, not so much, and a bit of the chest here and there. But yeah, so I went with that. And for the veil, I didn't really put too much thought in my veil, to be honest. I just said, just give me veil, it's all right. And it was then that, so after all of that, we then went ahead. She did the sketch. I'll show you guys the sketch. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. And yeah, the dress was ordered, and she entered production, and yeah, you guys are gonna see a sneak peek of my wedding dress now. And that was my first fitting. I went with Chichi, my chief bridesmaid. I went with her for the fitting, and yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Today's another day, and I am going for my fitting, my wedding dress fitting, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It may not show, but I really am excited because like this is an important fitting, Always Chichi's gonna be there, and Dayton is going to be there. I'm so excited to see her. It's been such a long time. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so yeah, that's really it. That's my wedding dress, or that was my dream wedding dress. And to be honest, like on my wedding day, I was so happy with that dress. Like I've tried on the dress like twice and it felt nice. I was happy, but the way that dress made me happy on my wedding day, it was everything I needed. I was comfortable, I could dance, I could twerk in this dress. And what, like I had the pockets that came in very handy for my phone and for my foreign currencies. And yeah, and it was just, I loved how simple it was. I loved how everything just sat pretty, and I was really happy with my wedding dress, guys. Like it was something that I thought would stress me out, but it didn't, and that really made me happy. And what I would definitely just advise is, like, at the end of the day, in as much as I made my dress, at the moment I'm looking for who will buy my dress. So if you think you fancy what you're seeing and you're in Nigeria, let me know and we can talk about it. And I'm like, my dress is up for sale, because that is now the big problem. What am I going to do with this dress? If you want to buy, please let me know and we can talk about it. But yeah, that's really all of it as far as the wedding dress experience goes. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this. And like I said, or did I even end up saying it? Like I said, if you have the option to rent a wedding dress, rent your wedding dress. Rent it. Like, there are actually lovely wedding dresses out there that are available for rent. So if you can, rent. But if you can't and you want to be, like me, feel free to be like me, but remember to choose your comfort, because it's important that on your wedding day you're very comfortable. Like, you don't want the last thing that's on your mind is if my zip is going to pop or if this corset is too tight. You know, you want a dress that, even when I wanted to use the restroom in my dress, it wasn't too much of a hassle. Now imagine if I was wearing something fitted, I'll have to start. But with the wedding dress, I mean, I had 2 people had to assist me with, you know, holding the dress while I used the restroom. But like, I mean, comfort is important. You can still be comfortable and still slay in your wedding dress. So think about it, okay? And like I said, and as always, sorry, if you have any questions about the wedding dress or anything you'd like to know from me concerning my experience on this wedding dress, the comment section is all yours. Put in your questions and I will definitely answer it. If it's something that I can address in another video, I will definitely do that. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Remember to share and turn on post notification for my next video. And I mean, if this is your first time and you've watched this video up to this point, thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe, okay? Subscribe and share and support by liking and doing the God's work. Thank you so much, guys, and have a lovely day. Bye.